Hello YouTube. Today we have a 2011 Volvo XC60 in our garage with the T6 engine. Customer's complaint was cooling fan, which is radiator and AC fan, is always staying on regardless of ignition on or off, which was draining the battery for customer. So customer was um, unplugging the battery so it does not drain. So what we will do is we will replicate the issue first to confirm if the customer's explanation is on the point. So for that we will hook up the battery again and see if our fans actually turn on or stay on. Replicating the customer's complaint is always very important because you would never know if however the customer is explaining you is the right scenario or not. If you don't replicate the issue and try to go off of what customer said always, it can lead you to a different direction of diagnostic, which could be a wrong diagnostic. So now to replicate, we are going to hook up the battery again and see if our fan is staying on as per what customer has explained us earlier. Okay, let's hook up the battery and let's see. This fan is not on, which is a radiator fan, but the AC fan is on full speed, so the issue is there for sure. So customer's complaint is confirmed. Okay, so now the next step is diving into diagnostic. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to unplug the connector which goes to the cooling fan control module, and these two fan basically are being controlled by this module right there. Let's unplug the connector, and from here onwards we will test this connector. This connector has three wires going to it. One of these wire is power, the other one is ground, and the small one, this purple one, is the signal wire. In this scenario, the power and ground are always available, and the fan turns on and off by this purple wire, which is a signal wire. So which turns the fan on and off, like it's called duty cycle. Now to test this connector, we will test power and ground, and first we need to hook up the battery with this unplugged so the fan does not stay on all the time. And now we will use our tool, it's called the test light. This side is connected to battery positive, so if I touch this tip on any ground side, this should light up. So this has a good ground, this connector has a good ground. That's why the bulb turned on. Now we are going to test the positive side. For testing positive side, we have to switch this part of the light to the ground, which is right on the AC compressor. Let's put it on, and the tip of the test light this time has to be touched on the positive. So just to check if it's lighting up, it did light up. And for the connector, there you go. So this tells us the positive and ground on this connector is good. Now testing the signal part of this connector. Whatever speed the signal is trying to provide the fan, regardless, our test light should light up, which I noticed it's not lighting up. So basically we are not getting any signal for fan to turn on, yet the fan still stays on. So that tells me the problem is not coming from the connector or from any module to the connector. The problem basically lies in this module. Now we are going to replace the module with a new one, This is the new module right there. It looks very similar. So now we are going to remove the module. Now that we have the new module, it's a good idea to remove it. The tool we are going to use is this small ratchet with a Phillips bit on it. That module is held on to the fan with just one screw. That screw is Phillips screw. We're going to remove it with our small ratchet. Anything big won't fit in there, so this is the best tool that I have found so far. There you go. Okay, now that the screw is out, let's remove the module out. And once it's out, we are going to compare it with the new one, just so to confirm if we have the right part. And we can do that putting them side by side and checking their connector orientation, their design and everything. 3-pin. Yeah, 3-pin. Looks like the right part. So let's install this. Now that the module is in and the connectors are on, time to hook up the battery and see if the problem has fixed. Okay, I don't see any fan running, not this one and not the other one. So our diagnostic was on point for sure, and the problem has been fixed.